champion of the world, Khamzat Borz Chimaev.
He looks pretty dejected, man.
Yeah,
he's hurting. He is hurting. I hope this man makes weight.
Are they bringing the box out right away or no?
I don't know. He's not taking his underwear off to start.
Well,
oh, it went up. It went up.
185.
185. Oh, thank goodness.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh, those underwear are probably wet. That's probably like a pound of underwear.
He cut that weight all the way down. He's been cutting this whole time. Look at him. Look at his demeanor.
He's miserable.
He didn't even like put his hands up.
But he doesn't look like
he
crazy
looks so
drained.
skinny right now.
Bro, compared to that welterweight.
He looks, well, he's not at welterweight anymore. He could never look that bad. But look at him now. He looks as though he's hurting as bad, making middleweight now than he did when he was making 170. Just look at his energy and his demeanor.
He just
looks pissed.
It makes you wonder how long he's going to be at middleweight, to be honest with you.
Well, he did say that this is going to be his last middleweight fight.
It's a question for Josh Hokit. Josh, the last fight out, you had a fantastic performance against Curtis Blades. You went to war for 3 rounds. Are you able to fight Derrick Lewis in the same way, or the fact he hit so hard means you have to play it a bit more cautious?
Derrick Lewis ain't tight. That's why he out and took a dive in his last fight. I'm gonna retire him. Then he's gonna sell old man fights because his knees look like a broke toy. And on June 14th, I'm gonna beat the shit out of the black Pillsbury Doughboy. Am I right, New Jersey? Bitch.
I never thought I would even make it this far in my career to be fighting at the White House.
Derrick is dyslexic, so math should suck. And when I cut him open, all you will see is backwood guts. The black beast is gonna get his ass beat. Am I right, New Jersey?
Huh?
Sorry, Derrick, you were saying?
Yeah, like I was saying, I'm like so happy to be fighting at the White House, man. The dream come true. It's gonna be a good night, man.
Senator of Josh Hokit will we see at the White House?
Alex gained some weight and now he thinks he's King Kong. But his girl said the steroids killed his ding dong. Am I right, New Jersey?
And then question for Josh, it was mentioned that you did kind of go face-to-face with Poatan earlier today. What was the thought there?
I come to devour. You will know the day, you will know the hour. I'm gonna give Pereira a golden shower. I'm not just gonna win, I'm gonna piss on him. I'm gonna shama on your mama. This guy's the baddest man on the planet. Look how I speak to him. Like my dog, like my bitch. Fuck you.
Então,
what you gonna do?
Então, Poatan, vou traduzir o poema.
You ain't gonna do shit.
Ele disse que não sabe o dia, não sabe a hora, mas ele sabe que no final das contas ele vai dar um golden shower em você, ele vai dar uma mijada. Ele falou, você é um dos maiores, cara mais intimidadores da história do UFC, e olha como ele fala com você, como se você fosse um cachorro. Toma.
Não tem nem o que falar, cara. A gente estava na entrevista algumas horas atrás, ele ficou me encarando, frente a frente, eu falei, chama. No meio de todo mundo, ele quer aparecer, por que ele não fez nada lá?
You know, I have nothing to say about this guy. Listen, we were giving an interview earlier today. This guy just goes right by me, starts saying things. I looked at him in his eye and I said, Shama. Well, why didn't he do anything when I was there?
He says, Shama. He speaks English.
He doesn't need me to.
He speaks English. He says, Shama.
Hey, you
Ele falou Shama, isso que você aprende. Você fala inglês.
I'm the real BMF belt, little short midget. I'm up to a real weight class. I'll give it to anybody.
Algum comentário?
Hey, you have your boyfriend speaking for you?
Tá deixando o Ilia falar por você, é isso?
my performance.
Take this little
Need
pussy
the
out.
Grammys.
Take this little
And
pussy
Ilia
out.
Topuria.
Take
showed
him
us
out.
all
Take him out.
that you
Get
shouldn't
out of
find your wife
pussy.
in Miami.
Get out.
Am I right, New Jersey?
Bye, you little.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming out early for this one. We'll get this stuff out of here and do face-offs.
So Josh Hokit became one of the biggest talking points from last Friday's UFC Freedom 250 press conference. And I want to kind of get into that a little bit because some of what he said rubbed some of his fellow fighters the wrong way. And then I want to talk about Khamzat Chimaev's worst nightmare, the fact that he couldn't properly cut weight. And so anyways, guys, Josh Hokit off the rails, Khamzat missing weight but still allowed to compete, Strickland pissed. Guys, today's going to be big. Today's going to answer a lot of questions. We've got Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. We've got Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley for the WBO world title. But now let's talk about Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland because this might not be all about who's the better fighter here or what have you. The winner in all this or the controversy surrounds the scale. And all of this is happening, guys. Now, today's going to be the fight. The UFC may have accidentally created its next heavyweight chaos agent in Josh Hokit. And, I mean, they've got so many problems right now. It could be good, it could be bad, depending on how you look at it. Or if you're sitting back, you might just be collecting the Benjamins because this is all hype and marketing and people love it. Now, over the last 48 hours, guys, you have two completely different stories. They've collided. We've got the presser on Friday, the Freedom 250 White House card. And you had the weigh-ins with Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. That in itself, there's a lot of controversy surrounding that. But both of these stories reveal something very, very important about where the organization is starting to position itself and where it's headed. And the first thing I want to do is I want to start up with Khamzat Chimaev because honestly, it looked a little rough. I mean, to the point where even Daniel Cormier is like, oh man, he looks beat, man. He looks beat. So at the UFC 328 weigh-ins, Chimaev was like, he barely made championship weight. I mean, with around 20 minutes left before deadline. Imagine 20 minutes before deadline, you watch the footage. If you didn't see it, you can find it online. He looked completely drained. He looked exhausted. He looked beat up. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. Some people even said he looked a little weak. Now, Daniel Cormier, who's a friend of Shavmaev, he even reacted to it. And DC said that weight cut looks bad. He looks skinny. And that, guys, that matters. That's really important because we're talking about a former two-division world champion who's seen everything in the sport. He's called so many fights. We enjoy his color commentary by the cage, by cage side, and he called it. And then even Arman Tsarukyan had to come out and talk about his buddy Shavmaev's weight cutting. And according to Tsarukyan, Shavmaev reportedly cut around 21 kilograms, guys. 21. That's 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. That's roughly 46 pounds. That's insane. That's insane to cut 46 pounds. And look, it may not be that exact number, but I mean, even if it's slightly off, that still tells you how brutal this cut was. I mean, Arman Tsarukyan even said that dropping 3 kilos, right? Just even 3 kilos, that's like 7 pounds. Very, very difficult for a lot of fighters to do. So imagine cutting 7 times that amount while trying to prepare for a title defense against one of the most controversial fighters that you're ever going to face in your career, Sean Strickland. That's insanity. And so anyways, this is where the conversation gets even bigger. There's been so many people chiming in, guys that's making headlines. You had like Poirier, for every fighter's been talking about it. I mean, Shavmaev has already moved from welterweight because because those cuts were really dangerous. They were very, very difficult for him. His body put a lot of stress on him and his body. So the UFC essentially made the middleweight more of a safer division for Chimaev to play physically. And that seems to be a little bit more his angle. He seems comfortable at that. But then again, we've got the same warning signs again. I mean, and that, guys, honestly, that should be very, very concerning. Look, Khamzat Chimaev is a professional. He's a seasoned pro. He knows what he's doing. But, I mean, look, the way he fights, he needs all the energy possible. This is not a slow-paced, like, point fighter, get a point here, get a point there. He's all about explosive pressure. He goes in bursts, right? That wrestling pressure, that aggression, that physical dominance. Those are the kinds of things that usually people suffer, especially those who cut weight like him, suffer the most. Their body goes under tremendous stress and burden, and it breaks down. It breaks down. So when the body stops cooperating with you, that's a serious, serious concern. And we've seen this happen so many times before. I've covered it extensively in my previous videos with other fighters. And look, fighters can get away with brutal cuts in their 20s, no problem. That's fine. They move on. They live past it. They learn, lessons learned, and all that jazz. But sometimes, sometimes fans don't even realize how much damage has been done already, even after the fight is done. So what does this mean for Chimaev? Is he done? No. I don't think Shavmaev is done, not even close. But it's very concerning. And I do think this changes, in my opinion, I think this changes the long-term conversation surrounding Khamzat's career, about where he, what division is going to best suit him. Because, I mean, if these cuts keep getting worse for him, eventually the UFC is going to have to make a decision. And that usually means they're going to move past whoever they need to move past, just for a lot of reasons, obviously, right? So do you keep Khamzat Chimaev at middleweight because he's a champion? I mean, he's a champion and he brings in that massive draw. He's got that aura. Or do they eventually push him toward, say, light heavyweight, where the cuts are a little less dangerous, less strenuous on the body, but the matchups become far more riskier? And it's almost starting to look like that could be a possibility now. I mean, this is the division that Alex Pereira came from, and now he's a heavyweight. But I mean, from a business standpoint, guys, the UFC has to make a lot of decisions now. They have to also be concerned about Chimaev's health. He is one of the organization's biggest stars internationally. He brings in so much attention, but he creates a lot of chaos online. He creates headlines, the kind of marketing hype that the fans love. Whether you love him or hate him, you tune into him, and the kind of business that the UFC thrives on, right? That's the kind of leverage that matters in the fight game. I talk about it all the time, about how that stuff equates to currency, okay? Now, Shavmaev has had his battles on the scale. This Friday, he had some serious battles, okay, just yesterday. But I want to talk about another guy. I want to talk about Josh Hokit. He's been creating a lot of attention, and somehow, he may have won the entire weekend. He may have overshadowed this fight because the UFC Freedom 250 presser, the conference, Hokit took over. I mean, he talked himself into one of the biggest talking points in MMA overnight. He's trending more than Chimaev and Strickland. All right, and he's going to be fighting another heavyweight, Derrick Lewis, who's 41 years old. He went after Alex Topuria. Alex Pereira, Ilia Topuria. If Alex and Ilia had a kid, it'd be Alex Topuria. Now, whether you loved it or hated it, I don't know. The reality is simple, because people are talking about him. And I played you guys some excerpts earlier in the video. Now, in modern combat sports, this is the kind of stuff, fortunately and unfortunately, becomes headlines, it becomes hype, it becomes currency. This is the stuff that kind of matters right now on social media, because that's the stuff that people are tuning into, right? Look, Sean Strickland, arguably probably one of the most outspoken fighters in the entire UFC. He's the guy who always brings controversy. He himself said that Josh Hawket went too far. That alone tells you how wild this whole thing has become. If Sean Strickland is calling out Josh Hawket for going too far with his comments and his antics, what does that tell you? Strickland went on X and he said, this is wild coming from me. But Josh went way too far. And honestly, that reaction, man, might have helped Hawket even more than the press conference itself. Josh Hawket seemed to be a little puzzled because now, well, the fact of the matter is Josh has officially entered the MMA discourse machine, okay? Like it or not, he's there. He's trending on social media. Fans are now debating him. And a lot of people are gravitating towards his craziness, his chaos, right? Fighters are also reacting to him. I mean, media outlets are starting to cover him. He's starting to become a thing. And you can't ignore him. And that's how stars sometimes are built, right? Not slowly, not traditionally. You know, the good fight here, the good knockout, the performance bonuses. Guys, like going viral kind of helps accelerate things in more ways than you can imagine. And Hawket clearly understands that. And if he didn't, he understands it now because his response to Sean Strickland was simple. He said, Strickland, he basically called out Strickland for being a hypocrite, asking how Strickland doesn't recognize the impacts of his own comments. And then he starts to pivot, and then he said, look, and this is important. This is important because Josh Hawket said something. I mean, after fighting back with Sean Strickland with his words, he did show a bit of respect while still keeping the tensions alive, of course, right? But I mean, a very calculated promotion. But he essentially told Strickland to go out there and get the job done against Shavmaev. And honestly, the shots look, guys, Josh Hawket, he sent out missiles towards Alex Pereira. All right, Alex Pereira is ranked the number fifth in the heavyweight division. He's got technically one win over Derrick Lewis. I mean, if he does have one win over Derrick Lewis, that's going to change everything. He was a former champion. All right. Heavyweight is an entirely different beast all to itself. It's not just about moving up. It's entirely different than all the other divisions because technically one knockout could launch somebody straight into a title contention just like that overnight in the heavyweight division. And if the UFC sees that as promotional value, they're going to be hyping this up. And there's a whole deeper layer to all of this. But Alex Pereira, former light heavyweight champion, relinquished his title to move up to heavyweight. We thought he was going to fight John Jones in UFC 250. He's going to be fighting Cyril Gane. But I mean, the UFC now today rewards our fighters who have the ability to also generate engagement, with their community, with their fan base online, social media. That's just a reality now, right? I mean, the old model used to be win fights, climb the rankings, be the good neighbor, earn your shot. Now it's entirely different. So the UFC, I'm sure, had a little bit of a smile on their face. Let Josh Hawket go. I mean, you need these moments, these clips, these viral moments that are going to totally hype up the fight. I mean, honestly, a lot of people wish that this was happening this weekend. People are excited about Shavmaev and Strickland, but more people are tuned in to what's going to happen come June 14th. And somehow, a guy like Josh Hokit is the biggest news in social media today, especially in the world of MMA and combat sports. And whether people admit it or not, the UFC actually does need a new heavyweight personality badly. I mean, Derrick Lewis, he's 41 years old, but he's quiet, he's subdued, he's a little bit reserved. John Jones, I mean, even if he comes back, he's not going to stick around forever, right? Stipe Miocic, was near to his end. I mean, and going back to Derrick Lewis, he's a veteran. I mean, he probably has one more fight, maybe two more fights in him. So the division needs a refresh. They need a reason. They need a new beginning. And Josh Hawket could be that catalyst. He could position himself as the next chaos-driven heavyweight attraction and it's going to take everybody, including the entire division, by storm. And now, whether he can actually back it up or not in the ring, or sorry, in the cage, my apologies, is a completely and entirely different conversation, because I'm pretty sure Potan is eyeing Josh Hawket as a potential future combatant. And now, fans are going to buy into the hype, as usual. We're all going to buy into it. We're talking about it, aren't we? But the heavyweight division, as I mentioned before, is perhaps the most unforgiving division in the entire sport. One mistake can change everything. And when you connect both of these stories that I talked about, with Shavmaev's dangerous weight cut, Hawket's rise to the ranks, and now he's a social media icon, and he's stirring up a lot of craziness in the heavyweight division. And now you're starting to see the modern era of the UFC emerge from the shadows. The sport is no longer just about fighting, guys. It's about engagement. It's about going viral. It's about connecting with your community, your fan base. It's about these moments that make the difference. They also get in your head. It's about having the narrative, having that narrative control, and it helps with your mental acuity, your mental mindset. Helps with your physical as well too. I think these are the kind of things that really, really matter and could give somebody the edge in a fight. So, I mean, look, from the weigh-ins to the presser, it was complete drama, guys. I don't expect anything different. The UFC is entering a new era where they're starting to become a real global brand icon, very hard to mess with. And fighters understand it. And if you think, well, that's okay, that's just MMA, boxing's entirely different. Don't forget who's behind Zuffa. That's Dana White. He's got the TKO backing, the TKO group. He's got Turkey Al Sheikh, Saudi. He's got Paramount Plus. He's got some big power brokers. Either way, guys, the game is changing. It is what it is. And we're going to see some crazy stuff going down. But right now, we got to talk about tonight's fight. And in about an hour from now, you're probably, if you guys get a chance to, if you aren't already, the fight's going to happen between Daniel Dynamite Dubois and Fabio Wardley for the WBO championship title. That's happening in Manchester, England. So check it out, guys. And that's going to be an hour from this video. And then this evening, we're in for an unbelievable treat with UFC 328. WWE is also going on as well, too. But I got a comment for you guys. Actually, I got a question for you guys, not a comment. I want to know from you guys does Shavmaev need to move up? Does he need to move? I think this is his last middleweight fight, guys. This is what I'm hearing. Does he need to move into light heavyweight? And if so, who do you want to see him fight next? But right now, I guess the most important thing is he's got to get through Sean Strickland. And what do you guys think of Josh Hokit? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. I think he's absolutely great for the business. But let me know your thoughts and comments. Please smash a like and subscribe. Hit the notifications. You guys never miss a beat. Don't forget, guys, I'm going to be doing some exclusive content for our members. So if you're a member, and if you're not already, you can sign up for one of the tier levels. I'm going to be making some changes to that, actually. I'm going to include some live streaming in there. When I post a video, members will have the opportunity to see that video before it's posted. So that's another bonus. You guys will get to see exclusive content that I'm going to be showcasing and displaying, things that I'm not going to put on the channel. It's only specifically for members. And anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun times, guys. It gives us another opportunity to grow with you. But YouTube also wants you to check out these two videos. So check these videos out. After you check these videos out, then go watch the Daniel Dubois Wardley fight. And then tune in this evening. I'm going to see if I can do a live stream tonight. If I can, great. If I can't, then we'll talk about everything that went down tomorrow.